Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to another episode of the GSMC Wrestling Laureate Podcast, brought to you by the GSMC Sports Network. I'm your host, Eric Rodriguez, here every Monday through Friday, 8 p.m. Pacific Time, 11 p.m. Eastern Time. Here to talk about all things professional wrestling, all the action inside and outside of the ring, all the backstage curtain drama. Talk about injuries, news in terms of, superstars, contract negotiations, from promotions from WWE to AEW to TNA to Ring of Honor. If it's major wrestling news headline inside the industry, we talk about it here on the GSMC Wrestling Laureate Podcast. So, today is Tuesday. We are obviously tonight is NXT, so can't be bummed too much. But we're at that start of the week, right around the corner. We are almost exactly a week. We are 9 days away from the NFL kickoff. I can't wait. I can't wait. It's going to be awesome. Obviously, this weekend we have a lot of awesome professional wrestling to kind of get us through, which is super sick. So we're gonna talk about some weekend wrestling and you know be, all things wrestling. Thank you so much for tuning into the GSMC Wrestling Laureate Podcast, brought to you by the GSMC Sports Network. We have a great show for you today on tap. We have our Monday Night Raw review. We're gonna have our WWE NXT preview. Then we're gonna talk about NXT No Mercy predictions. We're gonna talk about that as well. And then my fourth segment, Uncle Howdy had his in-ring debut with Chad Gable, and definitely rose up a lot of questions for WWE fans, and just all of professional wrestling. How he really did it. How exactly is this Wyatt thing going to work? I know there's some doubters out there. Um, I try to look on the bright side a little bit. They're taking baby steps with this faction, so we're gonna dig deep on that. And then in our fifth segment, like we do in every Tuesday episode, I take you guys into my wrestling DeLorean, gun into 88, take you back in time to this day, August 27th. And we just talk about monumental wrestling moments, talk about birthdays and people who passed away and stuff like that. So, make sure you tune into that. But before we move on to any of those, I want to remind you guys to go ahead and, hit up that super chat. We obviously love from hearing from you guys, whether if it's got a burning question or hot take in terms of professional wrestling or just something you've been dying to share. Here at the GSMC Sports Network, we are absolutely all ears. The show is all about keeping the conversation lively, making sure your voice is part of the mix. So don't be shy. Drop your thoughts, opinions, comments, concerns, whatever, inside the chat. And if you really want to make sure your comment or question gets noticed, why not use that super chat? Just hit that $ below the chat box, send in your message, and it's guaranteed to get featured on the show. Plus, it's a great way to support our channel. Your super chats help us keep the lights on and bring you even more awesome wrestling content. So we're absolutely 1,010% super grateful for each and every one of you guys who join us here daily. Your support makes all the difference. So let's keep the conversation going. Send in those super chats, those super stickers, because you guys are super awesome. And together we'll make sure this show is bigger, better, and stronger than ever. And, once again, if the super chat is not your thing, we are still at the GSMC podcast.net. Hit that up, hit up that tips and donations link. Tell me what you like, tell me what you don't like. Give me your hot takes of professional wrestling. Maybe, make sure you Superman punch that like and subscribe button to the show. Follow the show, follow the network for more awesome wrestling content. Follow us on Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, all that good stuff. So, if you want to keep hearing more of my voice, hearing more about professional wrestling, let's go ahead and subscribe right now. All right, so let's talk about WWE Monday Night Raw. All in all, it was a good show. I thought it was a great show. Obviously, it is the go home show before WWE Bash at Berlin, which is taking place on Saturday, 10 a.m. Man, 10 a.m. Pacific time. Gotta be honest, it kind of hurts. Hurts. I don't know. I coming home from work, I get home like around 7 o'clock, and I wish I can watch it live, but Saturdays I'm always so busy. Saturdays I don't think I've had a Saturday off in like forever. But it's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. All right, first WWE starts off with the Judgment Day. You saw Rey Mysterio talking mess to his son, which was actually kind of cool. And then you saw a match between the LWO taking on the Judgment Day, which I actually picked up the victory, which was terrible. I thought it was I want to see Rey Mysterio and Damian Priest. Rhea Ripley teach Dirty Dom a lesson. I think it's about time. You know, and then after, then you saw them attacking Rey Mysterio, and then you saw a Priest and Rhea Ripley. They stood tall. They stood tall in this episode, which is important with their match at Bash at Berlin. You're gonna have Liv Morgan teaming up with our Dirty Dominic Mysterio against the former WWE World Heavyweight Champion Damian Priest and former WWE Women's World Champion Rhea Ripley. So I thought that was actually pretty cool. After that, we saw a promo from The Miz, and The Miz lately, in terms of professional wrestling, has just been, he's been kind of like a floater, not really I'm not saying like a jobber where he loses every single match because he's The Miz. He's The Miz. I think he's, obviously, I feel like he still has a run left in him, but he kind of made he kind of made a statement. He said every single time, the whole R-Truth thing, every single time I try to do the right thing, it goes wrong. Basically, maybe kind of hinting at, going back to his old ways, Miz kind of thing. Because like I said, he's still young. The Miz, he still has a lot left in the tank. He could put on great matches, 1,010%. He could definitely be in the running for that Intercontinental Championship, triple threat. Kind of, or no, I think he got, no, I'm not too sure. I don't think he even know. But no, Bronson Reed still wants a piece of the Miz. I don't know how long they're gonna wait until Seth Rollins comes back, and then of course you're gonna see Rollins go face to face and head to head with Bronson Reed, kind of moving forward. So I can't wait to see what happens with that. Next, we saw Damage Control pick up the victory over Pure Fusion Collective, thanks to Selena Vega. And I don't really like it how Sonya Deville always gets involved. I believe Zoe Stark and Shayna Baszler are talented enough to win matches. And you saw Io Sky and Kairi Sane pick up the victory. I ultimately think this was kind of like not it's definitely one of the nails in the coffin for this newly formed faction of Deville, Baszler, and Starks. But I don't know. I just feel like WWE doesn't seem like they're doing much with their creative. Kind of in the same boat as the Final Testament with Karrion Kross, AOP. I feel like it's lost. I feel like it's lost right now. Something needs to revive it. So, either maybe like a championship run. I really honestly thought they were going to be the new WWE Women's World Tag Team Champions, but obviously I was wrong. Both of these girls are very impressive. They can definitely represent a brand, definitely represent a title. So 1,010%, I would give a little bit more love to Pure Fusion, a collective, but as of right now, it doesn't really seem like all the talent that they have hasn't really been reciprocated on Raw. Next, we saw Drew McIntyre speak. Drew McIntyre cut an amazing promo tonight on Monday Night Raw. Started trash talking CM Punk. So when that started, I kind of was anticipating, the same promo just being spoon fed to us over and over and over again. Cut, release, and repeat. Rinse, wash, repeat. Kind of mentality a little bit. And I was kind of getting a little bored of it. The whole strap match, I thought they were gonna, it was gonna be bigger than like a strap match. Not that I'm hating on the match, but with this rivalry between Drew McIntyre and CM Punk at the level it's been to, I think they could have done a little bit better than the strap match. Like, I don't know. Once again, it's been rumored that they are going to fight Hell in a Cell at Bad Blood, but as of right now, before this promo aired, I kind of thought this promo was kind of dead in the water, um, so Drew McIntyre basically said he was talking to the fans one on one. He said every time you chant CM Punk, it's like a lash. Every time he lashes, he's going to lash the belt or the strap at CM Punk at Bash at Berlin. It's on your hands. And then he kind of spoke out. He said, and I quote, you basically chose nostalgia over the warrior that has been there through you for the whole time through rough times. And, obviously kind of alluding to the fact that Drew McIntyre was representing WWE during the pandemic where there was no ticket sales, no merchandise sales. Obviously, it's kind of hard to fight inside of an empty arena. It's not fun. And, a lot of the WWE fans feed off that kind of intensity that the crowd, kind of gives to superstars. And Drew McIntyre was a WWE champion. He was great. I feel like he was great 1,010%. And then kind of like saying like, okay, now all of a sudden CM Punk comes back. It's like a nostalgic act. It's like a nostalgic act. And ever since CM Punk kind of came back to WWE, yeah, he's still kind of, he still has the mic skills. But I've watched a couple of his matches ever since he kind of came back. I don't know. I just don't think that it's that big anymore. I ultimately feel like CM Punk, he was with WWE. He made a shocking return to WWE, but he was just doing announcing. But then he left once again just to join AEW. He did some things in AEW that were it was great. It was great for the company. And then he came back to WWE, and all of a sudden the fans were just arms wide open. CM Punk over talents like Seth Rollins. CM Punk over talents like Drew McIntyre. And that nostalgic act that he's accusing the fans of having, I just felt like, he kind of made it personal. He kind of made it seem like he's been betrayed, which kind of cut for a good promo because it's something that, you can kind of see the hurt in Drew McIntyre's voice. You can see, that he's pissed. He's pissed off. He feels betrayed by the WWE, making it personal, making it between him and them. So I thought that was pretty badass. And then, of course, you saw, CM Punk came in, get the best of Drew McIntyre once again. So, that I thought that was actually, kind of crazy. And the whole bracelet thing, I got to be honest, I'm done. I'm done with this. He's fighting just for the bracelet. Like, I get it. Like, it means sentimental value for your dog and your wife and stuff like that. It's just, I don't know. Maybe I'm hating on it. Maybe I'm just like being a hater. But, I'm not digging the whole, I'm not digging, fighting for the bracelet anymore and trying to take it off him and stuff like that. I don't know. I just feel like, if you have these two, awesome talents in terms of WWE, you put them against each other in a pretty good feud so far. It is getting a little repetitive, as well with the whole bracelet grabbing. Obviously there's no title involved. You kind of, and now you kind of have this bracelet. This bracelet has essentially became the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. And I don't know. I don't know. I just don't really see the hype. I got a chat from Temple's Learning Tree saying hi. Hi, how you doing? Hope you're having a great night. Hope you're watching. Plenty of wrestling. Wrestling is absolutely dope as heck. So make sure you check that out. And finally, wrapping this up, we saw Jey Uso win the triple threat match, one of the triple threat match to win the spot for a fatal four-way match in 2 weeks on WWE Monday Night Raw to determine the number one contender for Braun Breaker's WWE Intercontinental Championship. We saw Randy Orton cut a promo as a babyface, and I thought overall it was pretty good. Yeah, I'm not used to seeing Randy in that kind of, appealing to the crowd, kind of pandering to them a little bit. But he's over as a babyface right now, and during his career, obviously, I think it's perfect for him. He did sign 5 more years, so that's a long time. So Randy's obviously he's doing what he's doing right now. I feel like he's kind of enjoying it. He's always been not really the heel. He's always been, that guy with I'm gonna go out there and kind of get my own, not, having if people get in my way, I'm gonna take them down and not really care what people say or think or anything like that. So, it was kind of interesting to see Randy Orton cut a promo as a babyface, but it was cool. It was cool. Next, we saw Bronson Reed being body slamming Braun Strowman on a car. It was, oh my god, the windows broke out and everything. And then you saw the camera. I liked the parking lot brawl. I thought that was pretty cool. And then after the move, both of those superstars looked absolutely hurt. They looked like that took a lot of them. It was wise for WWE. They cut to an immediate commercial. Usually they don't do that. So as soon as I saw that, I was like, damn, they honestly, these guys got hurt. So, building up for a feud between the two. Is this a way for WWE to ride off Braun Strowman? I'm not too sure. But all in all, Bronson Reed is, he's become a huge problem on the WWE roster. Next, we saw Pete Dunne defeat Woods and the Miz was in the match. I knew it. Defeat, which was kind of different. Which was kind of different because, you saw Pete Dunne recently kind of, go on a skid a little bit, although he did beat Trick Williams at Bash at the Beach. But, he lost his match against Sheamus. He lost the chance to face Ethan Page for the NXT World Heavyweight Championship at WWE No Mercy, and now you see him win a shot to make it to the Fatal 4-Way. This guy's being bounced around both promotions, and I can't really put a finger on who exactly Pete Dunne's going to stay with, Monday Night Raw or NXT. But I don't know. It's hopefully they do right by the Brawling Brute. No, he's not the Brawling Brute anymore. He hates it. He hates being called Butch. It's crazy. And finally, we saw Uncle Howdy make his in-ring debut, but we're going to talk more in depth into that in our fourth segment. So make sure you make sure you stay tuned for that. All right, so we're going to have our NXT preview. Can't wait to talk about tonight's episode of NXT. So, make sure you join me back here. It's going to be awesome. Grab your favorite snack, your favorite ice cold beverage, and we will be right back.